Joyce, Adelaide, Allen, and now Moses Itauma. So 4 British guys.
And then maybe Dubois afterwards.
For every goal that you gave us in that game last day. So it was 4-2, right?
Yeah.
So I'll beat 4 of your guys in a row for every goal that you scored against Croatia.
Frank Sanchez, the mandatory challenger, stepped aside, and suddenly, a major fight became massive. The bout is now for the vacant heavyweight world title. Itauma could become champion before turning 22, a timeline once associated with Tyson. Yet his opponent is no easy task. A seasoned 34-year-old Croatian who arrived in London determined to win, not simply play a supporting role.
Program to be a star. He had this morning, he got this bottle of water, and nutritionist told him, Moses, until 12 p.m. must drink that bottle, and 13.13 seconds you must start drink another. And with that puzzles and with that bullshits, and I don't believe in that. Since the beginning I don't see him as a warrior. He's a good fighter, skillful, talent. I just don't see him as a tough man. I think compared to my journey is nothing. I feel like he was given everything on the table. My path was much harder.
Hrgovic is a serious problem, stubborn, disciplined, and highly skilled. The Olympic bronze medalist possesses a powerful jab and an incredible chin. Apart from the Dubois bout, where cuts caused most of the damage, nobody has truly stopped him. Gilles Zhang couldn't finish him either. Zhang punches like a truck crashing through a wall, yet Hrgovic continued marching forward relentlessly.
It's not the biggest fight of my career. I think I had much tougher test in WSB and amateurs, like a very young kid. A lot of pressure on myself in many fights with Zhang, with Dubois, so I think he's just a kid. He's talented, he's quick, but I don't think he's toughest opponent I faced. So
not your hardest fight, not his toughest opponent.
I'm happy you think that.
You look very relaxed. You don't seem too bothered.
I mean, every press conference or every face-to-face, this is all the same script. He's just a young kid. He's this, he's that, and none of them send the end bell. So it's just the same script. I don't mind.
Itauma has never faced that kind of challenge. He throws devastating punches, opponents collapse, and the fight usually ends quickly. But he has never been forced to battle through 6, 8, or 10 difficult rounds against someone willing to absorb punishment. He has never needed to solve a dangerous puzzle while exhausted, breathing heavily, and carrying tired, heavy arms.
And I can box. I put on a good rhymes.
You got it all?
I'm gonna stop Moses and stop that hype, and then fight Dubois for world title, kill him, and become a world champion.
Opinions surrounding this fight are completely divided, and that alone tells you something. Eddie Hearn and the promotional team seem to view this matchup as almost a coronation, believing victory is practically guaranteed. They expect Itauma's speed, power, and natural talent to overwhelm Hrgovic, leaving the Croatian unable to match his pace or handle the young contender.
I think Moses Itauma, too sharp, too smart, too technically astute for him, and too young. I think Hrgovic will give him a few things to think about to improve him as a fighter if he's going to be the heir apparent. So it'd be a learning lessons for him, but I think Moses Itauma beats Hrgovic. If he doesn't go to pit distance, stops him very late.
Do you see Moses getting hurt in the fight at all?
I see questions being answered, which he needs to. And every fight he has from this point onwards needs to be that case. If he wants to be a champion and stay a champion. It can't be an easy ride all the way you're going through, because eventually you're going to come up against somebody that gives you something different and makes you think about what kind of fighter you are. If you get hit, you get hurt, you get wobbled, you get put down. You want this to happen now before you become a champion, because at that time there's too much at stake, and then you're thinking, oh my goodness, this is it, it's over, this should happen to me. So I think this is a good learning fight for Moses that he can win.
Fraser Clark echoed that assessment, insisting the difference in speed could prove decisive. He believes Hrgovic may spend the entire fight struggling to respond rather than taking control. According to Clark, Itauma's quickness could force the Croatian onto the defensive all night, leaving him constantly reacting instead of establishing his own rhythm or effectively launching his offense.
Good fighter. You know, I think Hrgovic is a world-class heavyweight. Is he elite? I think he's close to it. And there was one stage I think he was really close to it, but you know, he's going to fight Itauma now. I think it's a good fight. You know, I think Moses will be much too sharp for him, but I think it's a proper challenge. I think it's Moses' first real test.
But another perspective sees this matchup as dangerously premature. They argue that taking a fighter who has only recently turned 21 and matching him against a former top world title contender could be reckless. What looks like confidence may actually be disguised madness. Moving from regional opponents straight into Hrgovic's level is not simply a step upward, it's a massive leap.
About this last time, you don't go back down a level. Yeah. You've got everyone expects more and more and more. And for a young man, 21 years old, who's dealing with it fantastically. And Franklin, he did pose some questions. He weren't getting out there in 1 round, 2 rounds. It took him 5 rounds. But the next steps, I think, on the fringes of the world champions would be the Hrgovic's. Someone like that. I think Hrgovic is the test. Yeah. I've sparred with Hrgovic in Texas, in Houston, and the man is made of strong stuff. We've seen with his fight with Dubois. He may have lost that fight, but he didn't. He just cut and he didn't go down. I mean, Wardley, Dubois, Alayla, them, the people that he's in the mix for world titles. He's in the top 5, top 6. Challengers now easily. So yeah, that's another great performance, and the manner in which he delivered the knockout, that's what will catch the eye as well. I think that's the most impressive thing about it. To do that to Franklin, who has made his way through on points against some top operators, that's the impressive breakout thing about this.
Hrgovic made his position clear without pretending to be friendly. During the press conference, he stared through Itauma with complete indifference. There were no games or insults, only a cold expression suggesting, "I've experienced this level before and you haven't." He believes Itauma has been carefully protected with easier opponents and never truly tested. That argument may hold some weight.
What was you doing at 21?
Me? I was boxing WSB.
There you go.
Harder fights than...
And I was 20 years old and you was boxing on my undercard. Give me some prep.
And at 21,
if I was British,
give me some
if
props.
I was British, you were boxing on my undercard.
Give me some props.
Imagine if you didn't come to Great Britain. Where are you from? From Slovakia, right? Imagine if you stay in Slovakia. No one would ever heard of you, man. So you're from Great Britain. You got everything. You was youth world champion. I was myself, but no one didn't give a f about me because I was Croatian. You know, so it's different. I don't disrespect you, this is just the truth. You know, it's different when you come from Croatia, when you come from Great Britain. This is the biggest boxing country in the world. So it's easy for you guys to make superstars, but that's the truth. I'm not disrespecting you, but that's the truth.
If Itauma lands something decisive within the opening 3 or 4 rounds, the hype surrounding him will feel completely justified, and boxing fans may witness something extraordinary. However, if Hrgovic withstands that early assault, which his durability suggests is very possible, the fight changes dramatically. Itauma would suddenly face unfamiliar territory, entering a prolonged battle unlike anything he has experienced before.
We'll destroy the kid, man. I'll throw him out of the ring. I'm fucking animal, man. So I'll throw him out of the ring. I'll throw him back to high.
The middle rounds could become extremely punishing. Itauma must prove he can absorb a clean punch without losing confidence or composure. He'll need to fight while moving backward, something he rarely faces. He must control his energy, remain disciplined, and avoid throwing every shot with maximum power. These skills normally take years to develop, but he'll learn them against someone who already understands them.
I think Itauma stops Hrgovic in 2 or 3. I really do.
Do you think he puts him out cold?
I think he knocks Hrgovic out cold, yeah.
Cold.
I think he does. As good as I think Hrgovic is, and he will master good for me, I just think Itauma is all wrong for him, because Hrgovic just stand up tall, straight shots. I think Itauma will just be miles too fast for him, because Hrgovic is going to come and have a go. Hrgovic is going to try and knock Itauma out, which is great. But I just think...
And we're still yet to see if he's got whiskers.
Of course, yeah, but I just think Itauma is going to hit him first.
My honest assessment is that even if Itauma wins, he will know he's been through a serious battle. This won't be another quick first-round destruction. Expect a long, physical, and difficult contest. Hrgovic came to London for one reason: to win the belt himself. He has the ability to make that happen. The heavyweight division is about to discover the truth about Moses Itauma.